And we're back for another 10-point podcast weekly movie news, where we don't talk about the Royals because the rest of the world are.
Yeah.
Because that's pretty much the entire, when I was doing some research of like any breaking news, it's basically just Netflix spouting out that Harry Meghan bullshit thing.
Netflix is very smart because they're actually promoting it as like the pop culture event. Like the first ever mention I saw of this Harry and Meghan documentary was announcing that it was an event for everyone to get involved in. So everyone's like, "Oh well, I'd better be involved in it and start watching it." Whereas like, no, I have no interest at all, zero interest in what the show is about.
So other than that little thing, we will not talk about the Royals again. So it's a clear space. So we'll go for what we've been watching. It's our usual format. And once again, I'm going to go first because I've got some like take backs to do. So last week, I might have said to Chris that Spirited was the greatest Christmas film ever made.
I am an ultimate Ryan Reynolds hater because of it.
Right. and Bruce asked me if Spirited was one of my top Christmas films, and I think it slipped in like the top 5.
I think you said it made top 3. I think maybe top 5, but yeah.
Right, but yeah, whatever I said, no Christmas film compares to Violent Night.
I thought that's what you were going to say.
Literally, this could be the best Christmas film I've ever seen in my life. It is epic.
I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Like, I went in with zero expectations, and I heard people saying it is good. Like, I can't even review it because there's just bits you don't know. It just is like, I'm going to keep it spoiler free. But oh my god, it is a masterpiece of cinematic history.
It's not what I thought it was. When I watched it, I thought it was a Santa coming after bad kids. It's not in the trailer. The actual watch, it's completely different to what I thought it was going to be.
It's not. It's like not a spoiler. He is actually Santa. Mm-hmm. However, it's not what you think it is. It very much is like the Mel Gibson one that I said.
Yeah.
It's got tones of that. However, David Harbour just knocks it out of the park. Like, I believe instantly when I see him, yep, that's Santa. Like, whereas Mel Gibson, you're like, you've done some bad shit in your life. Whereas, like, David Harbour's like, yep, you're Santa all the way. John, whatever, can never pronounce his last name.
Like
Leguizamo, yeah.
Him absolutely nails it as a bad guy. And my only criticism is the rest of the characters are a bit shit.
Right.
Like, and I don't care for them, even though you're meant to care for some of them, you're meant to hate others. Those two, that's all I care about in this film, and it is just from start to finish. I was all the way. I was hooked. Good. So go watch that film. It's amazing. I would say it's definitely my number 1 Christmas film.
It is definitely beating all the old favorites.
It beats Die Hard. It beats Gremlins. It beats Home Alone. Everything. It's that good for me. I love it.
Good. I'm glad to hear.
Go watch that. That's my top pick.
Just realised I had the wrong background on there.
Oh, did you give a sneak preview?
I did, yeah.
Oh well. But other than that, because like I said, I can't like. This is when I watched. What was that film I watched? I just couldn't watch anything for ages. I think it was when I watched Free Guy or something like that.
And just like, that's the best film. Nothing else.
Yeah, I was like,
it was the perfect film. The best film he'd ever seen in his life, apparently.
I'll tell you what. When we do our like top 5 films of 2022,
2022, yeah,
it's going to be hard because I've watched a couple of good ones, and I think there's still maybe 1 or 2 maybe to come this year. So
we definitely have to fit that in. That'll be early 2023. We'll do that. We won't wait till the summer this time around, just like we did last year. Yeah, we did the best of 2021 in like May, I think.
But yeah, other than that, I've obviously polished off Wednesday. Did that completely.
I've started that.
Which once again, like I called it. I said it's a good show. Apparently, the whole world thinks it's the best thing ever made.
So once again, the one that is the pop culture event everyone's talking about.
They listened to the 10-point podcast. They're like, holy shit, we better watch this Wednesday show. And then poof, we made that the best Netflix show ever made. Apparently now, I think it's officially beaten Stranger Things and everything else.
Have you noticed that that Netflix, whatever their newest show they ever had, always as publicly announced press releases as the most. I don't know what happened there.
Gremlins.
The most viewed and the biggest engagement of any Netflix show ever.
Yep.
And 3 weeks later, they have a new one. It is the most people in the world have viewed this, and it's the most engagement. It seems every single time.
Well, technically, the reason for that is because they went into the American way of doing broadcast viewership. So before it was always Netflix just had the numbers themselves, and they never passed it on to whatever the American broadcasting thing is.
That's right. Yeah, they kept it a secret. Yeah.
But they've now changed that, so they've opened up. So now, literally, it looks like everything they're releasing now is going to be a new number. It's like, look at this. This is amazing. Look at this. Oh, that's way better than that.
Netflix subscriptions are declining. Somehow their viewership is going up.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Well, I think they base it on hours. So it's definitely everybody's just getting like 5 people on one account now and just everybody's watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're changing that big time soon, aren't they?
I think so, yeah.
They've been saying that. They're never going to do it. They would literally cripple their entire business. But yeah, so other than that, I've not watched really much. So Chris, hopefully you've watched something to recommend.
I did. Bruce asked me last week if I was planning on watching the Police Academy 1, 2, and 3 before I watched Police Academy 4, and I decided I will do that, and I did.
Right, good.
I had never seen Police Academy 1 before.
There's definitely
Oh my god.
There is 7 of them, isn't there?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm positive I have seen at most 4 of them, I think. So
I've seen all of them, apart from Police Academy 1, apparently. I watched it, I'm going, I know this one off by heart, and then I was watching going, I don't remember that. What the fuck's happening here? I don't remember this. Who's this guy? What's happening?
Did it blow your mind when Commandant Lassard changed?
What?
Isn't he in all
guy.
of them? He's one of the...
No,
His brother was in the second one.
They changed the actor though.
That's always been George Gaines, isn't it?
No, the first one's a different guy, I think, and then they changed the character still stays the same, but it's a different guy.
Oh, are you thinking of Captain Harris?
Yeah, Captain
Aye,
Harris. He's not in number 3 because he went and made 2 other films
Aye, that was
instead of
I
making
knew it was
the
one of
third
them.
one. Yeah.
It was it's a different character, but he plays the same person kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember like 2, 3, 4 upwards, but number 1 blew my mind. I don't remember that whatsoever.
So normally I would get you to go into them a little bit in detail, but you can just tell us if they're good or not. But save the rest for actual Police Academy. So, did you enjoy watching all of them, or were you underwhelmed?
I was a blast from the past.
Right, okay. Well, we'll maybe get into them.
Years.
Get into them more on the Police Academy podcast next time on the podcast.
And as for a new thing, I watched Troll.
Oh yeah,
on Netflix. Do you know what? You might actually like it, Andy, if you haven't watched it, because it's dubbed in English.
I've seen it was dubbed in English, but no.
I really enjoyed it.
I can't risk it.
Is it a similar tone and feeling to Troll Hunter, or is it totally different?
No, a lot more action, I would say.
Right. Okay.
It's like all these South Korean, Chinese films and that. I want to watch them all because they look epic. Like they look like a proper spectacle, but nope. I can't.
It's a lot more action packed than the.
Yeah, but like the problem I have with action films is when they're dubbed over, it's like the screaming's like afterwards, and you're like, it's like, oh, there's machine guns firing. It's like, why are you dubbing machine guns? That's the Universal.
Yeah. I don't think they've done that. I don't think they've dubbed screams, but they have dubbed. There's one guy who's shouting, and he's like, I goes, I hate you, and you're like, completely over the top, but it just looks crazy. But
all the voice actors have been working from home recording their lines.
So. It's really good actually. I'd suggest watching it.
Good.
That's a high praise from Chris. Foreign language film.
I do like Troll. Yeah.
You love Trolls.
Yeah.
Have you watched Trolls World Tour? That's a good film.
I have actually. Yeah.
A banger soundtrack. Right, Bruce. What have you watched?
I have nothing to bring to this. I have watched nothing. The World Cup even stopped for 2 days. I ended up watching Police Academy on those days instead. So I just the one. I didn't do 4 like Chris did. I've yet to use any of my Apple TV Plus subscription that I got for free or for whatever reason it was. Yeah. So I will be at some point. The football will very much slow down now, so I'll try and watch things, and I will try and convince Jade to stop watching Stargate SG-1 for the millionth time.
I love Stargate. It's brilliant.
So I've actually seen. I've second-hand seen a lot of Stargate SG-1 recently, but that's about it. I see about 5 minutes every episode of bits and pieces and all that. Oh, I don't mean this is not a criticism, but I do seem to get the same 5 minutes of every episode where it's all of them sitting around the big table with the bald guy explaining, well, this is what's happening. Oh, you know what we're going to have to do? Well, we're going to have to do that. And then I never see what's happened.
Well, that's what they do. They do that every episode. Then they go to the Stargate and then they come back and they debrief again. So
that's always the 5 minutes I see. It's nothing but briefings and conferences is all I ever see in Stargate SG-1.
Have they started using the P90s or is it MP5 still?
I have no idea. I think I've seen a gun, to be honest. I saw one episode with Don DeLuise being like Q from Star Trek. That's the most I saw of one episode. But that's about it. Other than that, watching football, I'm very much enjoying the football, but that's really it. Well, hopefully within the next week or two, when it hits Christmas, I'll be watching things that are scripted television shows and I'll have stuff to talk about. And I do intend to see Violent Night. It might be at the cinema.
You have to.
already films that I've been talking about like last month are coming out to watch at home. So it's like there's not really any drive.
Violent Night is worth it. Watch it.
Yeah, so I might go and see that, but I definitely will be at the cinema within the next few weeks.
Right, let's get some depressing actual news then. So a few weeks ago we talked about how James Gunn came in to take over the DC universe. That seems like it's fucked already. So
yeah. All the news was about fucking DC.
So yeah, we started off with Wonder Woman 3. That's been fucked off.
Well, I heard the second one was so bad to the point where I've not seen it, so that's why that got
canned. The second one was shit, but then the third one had been greenlit. I think it was in pre-production, so it was almost like they were starting to get the sets done, the script was done, and Patty Jenkins was in, and now they just said, "Nah, fuck that shit. We've got to save some money." And apparently, the biggest thing to come out of this thing is Justice League. So we've got. It looks like Jason Momoa. This will be his last Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
He is then going to switch and play Lobo.
I don't know.
Another DC character.
He's another DC character, but he's like kind of not Batman, Superman's like villain from another planet. He's actually appeared in a TV series. He's
okay. Right. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I would say he's good as Aquaman, and Lobo's like everybody like people like DC fan wank over Lobo. But
yeah, a cult favorite sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of. So there's that. So Jason Momoa is still in a job. Ben Affleck's scenes in Aquaman that he's filmed have been shit canned. They've already been cut. And apparently he's been cut from the Flash film as well, which raises speculation that his Batman series is now not going to go ahead. That was signed off. We reported that on this news as well. The Flash has moved up a week, so that's coming out in like June sometime. So that's 1 week early, so that's some good news, even though it seems like they're still editing that together. Henry Cavill might not be playing Superman anymore, because that might be shit canned as the Man of Steel series, but he might appear in other stuff, but not have a whole film to himself anymore.
Right, okay.
Is the latest rumor. So he's made a big mistake by jumping out of The Witcher this early, because DC's done the shuffle.
They will take him back in a heartbeat.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
I would imagine so.
They could film the whole season with Liam Hemsworth and we'll say, we're going to put it back a few months for Henry Cavill. Done. Get him back.
So, yeah, we've got that. So DC's like thinking, and then you think The Rock, they must have made money. Well, apparently Black Adam has lost 100 million.
It lost 100
million? It lost 100 million. That's like basically, when it's come out, the thing now, it's about to go into streaming services. Apparently they're 100 million down. And a big part of that is because they spent 200 million on advertisement.
Right. Well, that was, yeah.
And I was just like, apparently it cost was 250 million to make, and it was 200 million on advertisement, so almost the same budget to advertise this film. Which it didn't need much advertising. It's The Rock. It's
you just put Black Adam, The Rock.
So my theory is Warner Bros. Have definitely been fiddling the numbers here, because I've not I didn't see that much advertisement for it. I didn't see it inside of buses or anything like that, you know.
I did.
So down here, I don't think it ever came on. Like I've got Avatar and buses down here, but I've never seen Black Adam. So I reckon somebody's been diddling the money there at Warner Brothers. So, but yeah,
I like Black Adam. I thought it was good. That's unfair.
I liked it as well. But yeah, apparently, it's lost money big time.
On the plus side, it just means in about 25 years, it could be a cult favorite that they bring back. So there'll be a fan drive over the next 20 years, and we'll all be crying for it at that point.
Yeah, when he's super old and wrinkly.
Yeah. Oh, the next young star will be.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns will be the next Black Adam.
I don't know if Chris has got this one, but I thought I'd sneak this one in case he misses it. The Tetris movie.
Oh yeah.
It's got official rating of an R rating.
Right. Okay.
So
is this going the same way as Winnie the Pooh here?
I don't know. It might be, but Jesus hell, like, how do you get an R-rated Tetris movie? That would be
I imagine Tetris crossed with Saw is what I'm picturing right now. It's like everyone's trapped, and you've got to move these blocks and they squish people.
But yeah, so
right there.
It could be. Yeah. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do. I watched the trailer for the new Grinch. The horror Grinch.
The horror Grinch. Yeah.
I'm watching that. We talked about that last week or not?
We did. But I'm watching that because that's got Violent Night vibes on this bad boy. So
it does very much.
I'm going to be like, yep, going to be watching that. So it's going to be a good Christmas for like violent films. Whether like they would win an award like Goldberg, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to have to put it to the 10-point podcast test. It was not a fix.
That was a fix, yeah.
And the only other bit of news is it looks like Rush Hour 4 is probably going to happen because Jackie Chan needs some money. So
Not
Jackie,
enough money to be in Everything Everywhere All at Once, which apparently was written for him, and he opted
Yeah.
not to be in it, which is weird. So
But yeah.
I bet he wishes he was, since it's probably going to win an Oscar or something or another.
does look that way, doesn't it? And Chris still not seen it. Banger of a
No, I
film.
haven't actually. I need to go
But
back.
yeah, we've got Chris Tucker's going to be back. Jackie Chan's going to be back, obviously, and apparently one of the directors from the previous one's going to be back doing that as well. So that's my news. It's pretty depressing because pretty much it wiped out all of our news for the last 2 months.
Yeah, I feel like we've been talking up DC. Oh, this and this and this.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
actually.
Nah, they fucked it.
All
So,
gone.
Chris, what have you got that's non-DC related?
Well, quite depressing. Lucas Talker and Cheers actress Kirstie Alley passed away the other week.
I know we're a bit cursed, aren't we?
Well, I mean, I think we're maybe beyond cursing her, because that we did Lucas Talking quite a while ago now, because it was one of our most viewed episodes on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll get you eventually.
Still is.
Yeah. It'll get you eventually. Yeah.
I mean,
yes, it will. No one lives forever, but. Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of worried about the next podcast, because it's either going to bring back Bobcat Goldthwait or it's going to kill him.
Yeah,
I'm scared. I don't want it to be the latter.
Definitely don't want to be to blame. No.
I bet celebrities are listening to our podcast going, "Fuck, don't pick my film, don't pick my film."
Yeah.
Don't mention me.
It's a proper make or break. You're either going to be Devon Sawa and come back, or you're going to be 6 feet under. It's very 50-50 at the moment.
But yeah, I'll slightly better news. Fans of Lord of the Rings can sleep in the Hobbiton. They're letting people. They're turning the Hobbits' homes into Airbnbs. That's what's Shire into Airbnbs.
Oh, the Airbnb.
Is this because New Zealand's been effectively shut for 2.5 years and needs to get the tourist trade back?
Yes, so, yeah.
Well, you'd think if they got to do that, they'd charge a fortune. Apparently, it's like $5.
Bullshit.
Well, the one that I said, it was $6, like US dollars.
Bullshit.
So I kind of did. They only did it select times though in March. So
you get an hour.
select days. So
there's a bunch of New Zealand hookers right outside, and you can get it for the hour for $6.
Not very small.
I'm assuming the price is going to get bumped up, but from what I read, it's like $6, which is about £5. So
how many
cheapest chips?
How many are actually places you can stay? Because like
44.
Thank you. There you go.
he's looking. He's booking his trip to New Zealand.
Even at $5 a pop, that's quite a lot a night. What do you think about
I know, like you can even get a feast at the Green Dragon. You can get a second breakfast, 11s, and a private tour.
I do like the sound of it's like two breakfasts and 11s.
So it's like while a 2-night stay will only cost about $5, like you have to
2
be
nights?
like, and yeah.
Bloody hell.
Fucking that's $250 a night.
I might just move there. Save me on heating.
Like I said, it's only going to be like certain days in March. So if you want to think, you get to go.
Well, I reckon we need to fact check this. So I feel like it's not going to be £2.50 a night. But
I'll show you later. Okay. But yeah, that's the only news because you kind of DC fucked everything.
Pretty much DC did wipe out the weekly news. And I'm pretty sure Bruce is going to struggle. So it's going to be a short news podcast. Bruce, what's the forecast?
Yeah, I have no news at all, so I'm just going straight onto the forecast. That is 0. Kirstie Alley was what I was leading with, unfortunately. Yeah, top 5 last week. Matilda held on to number 1. Yes, that is the state of the cinema industry. Black Panther still number 2. Violent Night in at number 3. I don't know. Did it have a whole week? I'm not sure about the whole.
Oh no, it was only Friday. Give it Friday.
So maybe it didn't. Maybe not quite got all its money yet. Strange World slipped to number 4, despite it not be making any money. And The Menu was number 5, so not much change. I think Black Adam actually fell at the top 5. That was the only one that left, I think. No, that was last week. Never mind. Cinemas this week. I could find one film of interest that's coming out this week. Oh, unless you want to count Batman Returns coming out in the cinemas this week as a new.
Oh yeah, I've seen this. Like,
don't know any.
They've got that. They've got Maverick coming back out. They've got what else has got? There's something else I seen.
Elves definitely there.
Elves, yeah.
There's some 25th anniversary of something, so let's look in 1997 and see what films came out then, and they'll be at the cinema now. But yeah, lots of old films coming out again. Confirming once again Batman Returns is a Christmas movie because it's coming out again at Christmas. So the only film, The Silent Twins, it's called. This is absolutely, I just realized how literal a title for a film this is. Starring Letitia Wright from Black Panther and Tamara Lawrence. They play the twins, so I don't think they're identical twins because they don't look identical. Based on a true story of the Gibbons twins, twin sisters who grew up in Wales as part of the only black family in the town. And the two of them refused to communicate with anybody but each other. And then the synopsis I read takes this turn. After a vandalism spree inspired by some American celebrity or American person that they were interested in, they end up in Broadmoor Psychiatric Hospital and the two of them have to consider separating in order to survive. So what the hell is going on in this hospital? But it's a drama. It's not a horror. It's not a thriller. It's just described as a drama. So that's the only film coming out this week. So I'm assuming they're trying to capitalize on Letitia Wright being a big Marvel movie star and bringing it out not long after Black Panther. However, it's going to be dwarfed by Avatar 2, which is out next week. So it's the only film that's coming out I can tell, because everything's like Avatar is going to make $1 billion. So let's not come out at the cinema now. And I can't find anything that's coming out at home either. So like I think everything film-wise has come out. And a few series here and there. Willow, anyone tried Willow yet?
I was going to do that, but I might say for this weekend because it's going to be a slow movie weekend.
I think so. I have no ties to the original Willow, so I'm really no interest in watching a series on it. But yeah, nothing. It's December. It's just you watch Christmas movies and you watch Avatar, basically, is what it is.
Well, speaking of Avatar, how should I watch Avatar? Because this is the question I'm currently thinking. Should I go and watch a standard screen?
No.
Should I watch it in 3D because apparently it's 3D visually thing?
Maybe.
Should I watch it on Cineworld X screen, which you get like some more extra screen?
I think that's yep. Okay.
Should I watch it on IMAX?
Maybe.
Or my front runner, 4DX.
4DX.
3 hours, 20 minutes in 4DX. I was like, that sounds amazing. And then it'll be 3D as well, so I get to see the 3D-ness. Then I was like, hey, this film's called Way of the Water. I don't want to be fucking soaked. I'm like, fucking wet. Stop it. Well,
that was my experience of Maverick. Was one splash directly into my face.
It was bubbles and smoke when I went to see Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's right. Yeah.
And blood from the monster and Drax cut it open.
Yeah, I know you can turn it off, but still, I was just thinking, but I was like, 3.5 hours of 4DX. That's getting your money's worth.
Yeah.
Like,
could be tough going.
So that's where I'm leaning towards, but yeah, I'll probably go and watch it in IMAX.
I think I'm going to lean towards one of my local Cineworlds advertising the new IMAX with lasers screen. So I'm going to see, like, if it is pew pew, like it's some sort of Pink Floyd concert, or whether it's just a really high definition screen. So I think I'm going to try.
You got to take one to the eye, like, fuck, I can't see.
Yeah,
blinded for the entire film.
It might correct my incorrect vision, though.
It's like, you know how Bruce has always got a story about like going into the cinema. So I've got a Violent Night story, right?
Right. Okay, please. Yeah.
So walked into the cinema and it was like, we parked at the car park, absolutely fucking rammed. You know, everybody's talking about this credit crunch, nobody's out shopping. Struggled to get a car space. I was like, all right, I'll nip this TK Maxx because I wanted to get some nice woolly socks because my feet are freezing. Got in the door and instantly turned back around because there was about 40 people ready to be served. I was like, the fuck? And then it's like, dipped in like Marks and Spencer's. That was fucked as well. It's like, what the fuck is going on in here? And then I'm like, right, oh god, the cinema's quite busy. So run over to the cinema. There's not a person in there. There's 5 goblins all at the scanner. Goblins. And it's just like they're all waiting. It's like, oh, who's going to scan? And it's like Chantel's curved over to go see what the ice creams were, but they were shit. So she came back over. We went in, and I mean, we were bang on. Like it was 5 minutes. The film had like technically started with the trailers. Right, yeah. Got in. There was 3 people at the back, and I'm walking upstairs. And I was just like, the fuck is that smell? And it's like fucking hell. It's like somebody's bleached the entire. Like it felt like pure bleach. It's like, what the fuck is that? Now I don't know if this has helped my enjoyment on Violent Night. I reckon I was high as fuck. I literally had to sit like this. I don't know what it was. I still couldn't pin it on, but like it wasn't the guys at the back because I thought, oh, maybe they're sniffing glue or something like that. But like I don't know, there was some like they're redoing the cinema, but I think they must have been doing the screen next door. And just use like, I don't know, a fuck ton of glue to put the carpets on the walls like they do in cinemas.
Yeah.
But oh my god, it was like my eyes were bleeding for like when the trailers happened, but then by the time the film had started, I was like, I'm fine with this now. Let's go. I'm ready. So I don't know. Violent Night could, in theory, be utterly gash, and I'm just reviewing it on because I was flying.
You're fleeing.
So pretty much that sums up the news week. Not much has happened. Go watch Violent Night. If it is shit, let us know. But if it's not, then at least I know I wasn't hallucinating.
Or if it smells like
some fucking bleach with you.
Yeah, if it smells like solvent in your screen as well, it might be part of the 4DX experience.
It could be, yeah. Added features. And then pretty much Chris has alluded to it. Chris, don't watch the football, and Chris has alluded to it that basically watch Police Academy because that's what we're about to go and talk about. Not starting with Police Academy 1. Not even starting with Police Academy 2.
Why would we start with the first one? Oh.
Why even start with the third one in the not even the trilogy?
The septology, I guess it would be.
Let's start with the fourth one, and that was Chris's pick. So go watch Police Academy 4.
Card. That's what I do.
Citizens on Patrol. And we shall see you next week on the 10 Point Podcast Weekly Movie News.